got his mech tech weapon here, and you can take that off. So as you can see, it's gun with sort of solar panel bits on here, and then you push in the back, and the front bit extends here, and you can see these two scopes come up and these panels come up. So that's quite nice. And obviously we have the Prime figure here. It's got his Autobot logo on the front, and he does look quite nice. Obviously he's same style as in previous movies. New bits, well, we've got the sort of solar panel-y bits on the top here. I don't know, maybe they're lunar panels or something. But as you can see, it's quite a nice cab. He rolls, obviously, on his wheels here, but you need to get them at the right angle. So yeah, there we go. So you can see he rolls quite nicely. But they didn't paint the inside of the wheels here, so they're all one black piece on a pin this time. And obviously he's got these sort of rubbery smokestacks that they're a bit bendy, and obviously they're attached differently for the transformation. If you're keeping him in vehicle mode, he probably looks a bit nicer with the mech tech gun on him, because otherwise you can see this bit here where it's sort of empty, and the mech tech weapon helps to hide that. But all in all, it's a nice Prime figure. It's a nice addition to what they've already brought out. There are some differences between this one and the prototype figure on the box, but we'll go into that a bit later for the robot mode. So for now, let's transform it. We'll start by taking these parts and pulling them down on both sides. Now you can do this either way. You can start by transforming the front bit, which will become the arms, which you can see here with the hands, or you can transform the back part first, which becomes the legs with these huge feet. And I think we'll start with the legs, because this way you get to see how he stands up. So you want to start by popping up the front of the cab and lifting these panels forwards, and then essentially you just pull the legs down, so it's going to look more like this. And that will be the body, and we have the legs here, which you can split, and then fold down the feet on each side, and then these bits at the ankle separate from the main foot, and you fold the wheel around, and you have to clip it in there. So you have a wheel on either side of the foot, and then you pull down the top bit of the cab like that, and you just sort of press it in. So that's one leg completed. We'll just do the same thing with this leg here. Pull down the foot, flip the wheel around and lock it into place. Pull down the cab. And there we go. So you can see he has his legs. You can stand. If you want, you can keep them like this and have a front part of a truck on legs. But people tend to prefer having the fully transformed version. So we're going to take this part and pull it to the back here first. And this will become his jetpack that you can see there on the Prime figure. And you don't need to do anything with that bit, but you can pose that a bit later. And here we have the arms, so you want to pull down the grill, pull these panels out, they unplug from the chest, and then you pull them forwards. And then you can take the arms and pull away. And now you can see here the windscreen's at the front here, where it would normally be in the chest, but what you do is you flip this panel up, and it sort of covers it up with more blue windows rather than translucent ones. And then you peg the arms into place at the shoulder, and separate this peg here so the elbow is separate, and you flip down the wheel, and you have his arm. And we'll do that, the same thing with this side, just unpeg it, put it down the wheel, and then it's all ready to be posed. And obviously the final part, because people don't pay their money to have headless Optimus Primes, all you have to do is flip this panel back here down and pull up the head, and you plug that so the peg goes into the hole there. And here is Optimus Prime in robot. Obviously you can give him his gun, so we'll just put that into his left hand here, because on my figure his right elbow is a little bit loose. And the hole on the hand is actually pretty tight, so you're going to need a bit of force, but there you go, you can see he's able to hold up his gun. Traditionally you're supposed to have the arms like this with the elbow joint bending inwards, so the elbow bends like that. But you can, obviously, if you want, turn it like this. Then obviously the wheel's exposed, but you know, it gives you a bit of freedom of choice, but this way he can bend his elbow in the normal manner. And show you his little heat shield thing there. But yeah, he looks nice. He's got a jetpack thing. Whether this is supposed to be wings or just a jetpack that he has in the new movie is still undetermined. It's probably to do with his previous adaptation with Jetfire in the Revenge of the Fallen film. But overall, yeah, he does look really nice. Just give him a bit of a spin here. Obviously you can see the legs are actually quite long on this one, because if I move them back a bit, they take up a bit more, quite a bit more than half of his height. If you put another leg here, it's going to be quite a bit bigger. But yeah, it looks very nice. The body I like, because it makes him look like he's sticking out his chest, like he's in some sort of heroic pose, like he's going to fight something bigger than him, I guess. The new adaptations with the bits on the arms, the cylinder panel bits, look quite nice on this mode actually as well. At the back here on the legs. I guess that sort of reminds me of I guess some of the Crisis games where you get the little hexagons around the sides, I guess. But overall it does look really nice. The eyes have light tubing in them, so if I just show you here, we'll hold them up to the light. It might be a bit too bright, but you can see the light shining through on the eyes there. So that's a quite nice feature. Now, differences with the prototype here. Not going to be able to get them in. Right. First, these are all really tiny differences. You might not need to watch this if you don't care much. But, we'll start with the most blatant one here, which is the jetpack. In the prototype one, you can see that they've got a sort of chrome paint here, and then a gold finish on the edge. But in the actual figure, it's all just a sort of dull grey plastic, which is one of the things that I think they could have done better on this toy. It's got quite a lot of just dull grey bits, like at the top here it's quite grey. I mean, the chest plate looks nice. It's got the chrome and the blue and the red sticking out really nicely, but then you look down at the crotch and it's all just one thick grey piece, and the hands and things. Especially on the tops of the legs, it's just a bit too much grey. So they could have done that a bit, but they could have put some sort of silver highlights in, like they did in the prototype one here. Of course, the heat shielding thing, which it has on the kneecaps, it doesn't have on these ones. It's just sort of plain. And then there's some bits on the prototype's shoulder. This little grey bit here would be blue and yellow. But apart from that, you know, it's a really nice figure. There's no major complaints with this toy. It's it looks really nice. The gun's nice, the heat shielding effect's nice. So if you're looking forward to the new movie and you're thinking of buying some figures, I would definitely recommend getting Transformers Dark of the Moon, Voyager, Optimus Prime.